You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area, all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5ElectronicsInc.com. That's System5ElectronicsInc.com.
You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Yes! What's happening? What's happening? Yes, sir. Oh, boy, we're going to have a lot of fun today, as we do every single day. But right now, like my boy B used to say back on the basketball court when he hit a three-pointer, bring it back. Bring it back. Yes, sir. Woo, I feel good. Yeah. Football Friday. Free-for-all Friday. Ooh, we're going to have a lot of fun today. Thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. April 24th, 2015. and you are locked and loaded and listening to the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show. Yes, yes, yes. Fat Joe boy, lean back. Lean back. And we're going to lean back into these sports today, man, and this guy talking all of this conversation on the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Shouts out to everybody already in the chat room. Shouts out to Mocha Bella, Sluggo, That Ninja, Vern from Jersey, Jungle Brother. Shouts out to Rel Scott, B Smooth. Yes! On a big-ass Friday. On a big-ass Friday. All right. So this morning, I go to bed last night, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff today, NBA playoffs, Floyd Mayweather's in the news. Obviously, that fight is a little bit over a week away from right now. Tim Tebow, we'll get into that conversation. Usain Bolt, a little track and field talk. We'll get into all of that. But last night, I go to bed with about 2 minutes left in the third quarter. With like 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and the Pelicans, the New Orleans Pelicans, damn it with this phone, man, golly, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. So I go to bed with like 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the Pelicans are just dominating. I think they're up by like 18 points, and then I wake up this morning, and these ninjas found a way to lose. What? So, my gosh, bless their heart, Monty Williams, he's put on the BPA nominees instantly. Instantly. How do you lose a game going into the fourth quarter by 20? Actually, when the fourth quarter started, they were up by 20 points, and they go on to lose that game. So an incredible night in basketball, not just in that Golden State game versus the Pelicans, but also in the other matchups as well. We'll talk about all of those. Hit me up. The number to the show, and I actually sent out a Vine. And I actually posted it on my YouTube page and on my Twitter page and on my Facebook page, and it's all like that. It's a quick little Vine. The Vine thing is kind of hard because you got to try to get as much as you can in like 7 seconds. But I'm figuring it out. I've only been doing the Vine thing for like 2 days, so I'm figuring it out, and I posted a Vine, man, and my reaction to when I found out this morning. Because I went to bed. At the end of the third quarter. I was like, this game is over. It's a wrap. 2-1. It's all good. The Pelicans, they got a lot of fight in them. And such was not the case when I woke up this morning. Horrible. So we're definitely going to talk about the matchups last night in the NBA and anything else that you want to talk about in the world of sports, because that's what we do around here on the Doug Stewart Show. We talk sports, we talk guy talk, whatever you want to get into, we will do it. Because you know why? Just like I just read out my family's names in the chat room, this is the People Show! Yes! It's the People Show. So today is Friday, Football Friday, Free-for-all Friday. So today is Friday. What we do on Friday is we do BP Awards, which that's a boiled peanuts award. It's a long story. Just jump in the chat room on Spreaker.com, follow the show on Spreaker, and then jump in the chat room on Spreaker.com, and they'll explain to you what the boiled peanuts award is. But it's a bad award. It's an award that goes to a buster. As my homeboy Charlemagne the God says on that show in New York, it's the Donkey of the Week award. Yes. So let me tell you who your nominees are. Your nominees are Monty Williams, who I just talked about, the head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans that found a way to lose a damn game when they were up by 20 points in the fourth quarter. Ooh, Warren Sapp. This is a strong nominee here. He in effect told on his own damn self to the police that he was paying for prostitution. Britt McHenry. Man, this might be the toughest week ever of the BPA. The Boiled Peanuts Award, because we got some great contenders, or some bad contenders, however you look at it. So Britt McHenry, the chick from ESPN that just went ham and went off on the parking tow company attendant talked about her teeth, talked about her weight, talked about her smell, talked about her mama. She just went off and real elitist and nasty, and it wasn't a good look. So she's nominated. Chip Kelly, the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, for signing Tim Tebow. He gets a boiled penis nominee today. Tom Brady, a late entry. Tom Brady, the quarterback for the New England Patriots. This jive time turkey doesn't go to the White House yesterday. Like, who does that? And the bad part about it is he didn't give a valid explanation. You know, he just said something very generic, a family commitment. What? Nah, player. When you got to go see our president, mine and yours, when you get an opportunity to go to the White House and talk to our president, damn it, I don't care if you Rush Limbaugh reincarnated, you go, damn it. You go. You could be the most staunch conservative. You could be Rush Limbaugh and Ronald Reagan all tied up into one, damn it. You need to go. So he's nominated for a Boiled Penis Award. And this really hurts me. But one more late entry, man, to the Boiled Penis Award, and you're listening to The Doug Stewart Show, is our very own producer to The Doug Stewart Show, Tree Taylor. Yeah. So a little video comes out yesterday of a defiant Creflo Dollar, and Tree she's like his biggest cheerleader. And the listeners, the dogs, the poodles, the Stewie said that we got to nominate her ass for a Boiled Penis Award, and so it's done. I don't know if she's going to win. Shut up. I love her. That's my friend. She's a great producer. But she's nominated for a Boiled Penis Award. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. What else we're going to do today as well? And we got a lot of stuff to do, man. Give yourself a round of applause. Yes. Give you a round of applause and me one too. Because we got the most entertaining show in America. So what else we're going to do today, man? All of this talk about Tim Tebow, and it's a football Friday. All of this talk about Tim Tebow and him helping the Philadelphia Eagles, and he could be a good player, and they can run this type of plays. Tim Tebow is really not that great of an athlete. He's a great athlete. He's a fantastic specimen. Looks like he's in great shape. Looks like he lifts a lot of weights and does all of that type of stuff. But, I mean, in relative terms, as far as running quarterbacks, I mean, he's nowhere in the top probably 10. So what we're going to do today, man, I am going to give you the top 5 running/athletic quarterbacks of all times. Yeah, and I want to get your thoughts on that too. And this list is real easy. I mean, this list, in my opinion, is very easy. You know who 1 and 2 are. I mean, you absolutely know who 1 and 2 are. The other 3 you should be able to guess. We're talking all times. And the way I kind of did it is I looked at their yards rushing. I look at their success as a quarterback in the NFL. And I guess I kind of put in a variable as well as how good they look doing it. Yes. So, today, the top 5 rushing/athletic quarterbacks in NFL history. We'll have some fun with that on a Football Friday. All right, when we get back from the break, man, let's talk more about these playoff games last night in the NBA. I'll read a lot of your chat. That's what I do. We do birthdays at some point. Don't go away. Keep it locked to the Doug Stewart Show. Yes. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on theDougStewartShow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
WELOVE 108 FM.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. All right, this is a football Friday, a free-for-all Friday. And sorry about the continuous music. But, man, you kept hearing my phone ring. I just got some bad news. Haven't actually verified it or talk with any more people, but some real tough news for me just now. But we will continue to do the show today. This is the Doug Stewart Show. The number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. You can also hit me up on the Spreaker chat at Spreaker.com. That's the way to be totally interactive on the show, okay? And so This is a Football Friday. It's also a Free Fall Friday, talking about the NBA playoffs last night, also talking about the top 5 rushing / athletic quarterbacks of all times. All right, that's what we're going to do today on the show. Speaking of which, coming in at number 5 on my list, and all of this conversation came from Tim Tebow, the fact that he's back in the NFL right now, and people laud him as being one of the best athletic quarterbacks that they've ever seen. And Tim Tebow doesn't even make the honorable mention list. I mean, he's a good guy, good player, but not overly athletic, not overly fast. So that's why we kind of talked about this today. And coming in at number 5 on my list of athletic quarterbacks, the most athletic quarterbacks of all times, is the great Steve Young. Former quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. A lot of controversy with Steve Young, obviously playing behind Joe Montana for many, many years, started his career in the USFL, but just athletic as hell. Played quarterback at Brigham Young, and just really, I mean, a beast of a quarterback. He's probably the guy on my list right now, or the list that I'm looking at right now, my other 4 guys. He's probably the best quarterback. There's not even a question about it. He's definitely the best quarterback all around as far as throwing the football, accuracy, arm strength. When you tie in all those things together, my phone keeps blowing up. When you tie in all of those things together, Steve Young comes in at number 5, and probably the best all-around quarterback in my list of top 5 quarterbacks of all times. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And also, obviously, last night, got to talk about the big games in the NBA. The Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Cavaliers, obviously, they beat the Boston Celtics 103-95. LeBron James goes for 31 points. The Chicago Bulls take on the Milwaukee Buccaneers. And Derrick Rose, re-emerging. Derrick Rose has probably his best game of the season. And obviously in these circumstances when you're talking about the playoffs, Derrick Rose goes for 34 points last night. And the Bulls get a win, and they lead their series now 3-0 over the Milwaukee Bucks. A ball award to Derrick Rose. Starting to look like himself. Starting to look like the old Derrick Rose. I mean, looks like he's got a lot of his explosiveness back. Looks like that he's more confident out there on the floor. So Derrick Rose does the thing. And the Bulls, if they can keep this going, if they can continue to play like this with all the great pieces that they have surrounding them, when you talk about Pau Gasol, you talk about Jimmy Butler and those guys, man, and really a solid bench as well, and the great coaching as well. I mean, the Chicago Bulls could really, really do some big things. And then also, lastly, I talked about this in the first segment of the show, just really shocking, man. The Golden State Warriors come from 20 down to start the fourth quarter to beat the New Orleans Pelicans 123-119 in overtime. Steph Curry just goes for 40 points. And I look at Steph Curry, man, and I watched these guys last night. I told you I watched like the first 3 quarters. I went to bed in the fourth quarter. I thought the game was over. And I watched Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, man, and these guys are just ridiculous. Like, the shots they take are just epically, and I don't know if this is the right way to say this, they're epically wet. They are. Like, they wet. Like they never hit, like, the rim. And it kind of brings me back to the conversation about, him hitting 77 three-pointers in a row at practice. I mean, he missed a lot of three-pointers last night, so I still don't believe that actually happened. But, my gosh, these guys are just filthy. They're just filthy from the outside, man. So they get a great win, an incredible win. Monty Williams is actually nominated for a Boiled Peanuts Award. And, yeah, I mean, golly, great win for them. They go up 3-0 in their series with the New Orleans Pelicans, so a ball award to them. All right, 404-382-0338. This is the Doug Stewart Show, and you are listening on a Football Friday, a Free Fall Friday, and we're going to go to a break right now. What we're going to do is we're going to go to a break right now, and we'll hopefully come back and we'll get things back on the road. We're going to go to break a little bit early. And, yeah, we're going to go to break a little bit early, and we'll be back, and we'll continue to talk about these sports. We'll continue to do what we do on the Doug Stewart Show, all right? Don't go away. Keep it live. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
Now, two things, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. First of all, you're going to have us to believe, Shayana Jenkins, you're going to have us to believe that you, a black woman, didn't look inside of this damn box. That's a lie. And then the second big part of this whole thing is you. Come on, Tree. Come on, Tree. What black woman you know in America is going to be told to do something nefarious sounding like that and not take a peek inside the damn box?
You better stop.
You stop. You stop. And the second thing Shayana's going to have us to believe is that you took this box that you didn't look in, and you being a black woman, you took this box and don't know where you dumped it at? You discarded this secret box and don't know where? Come on, man. Come on, man. And another thing about black women, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I'm an expert on black women. All of the black women I know, and I've had this conversation about, about this Aaron Hernandez trial, and what do you think that his girlfriend's going to do when she testifies, this, that, and the other. Everybody that I talk to, and I kind of get the feeling from talking to black women that they ain't trying to do no time for nobody. Yes.
Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern. The Doug Stewart Show. Sports talk. Straight. No chaser.
This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area, all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the number one thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5ElectronicsInc.com. That's System5ElectronicsInc.com.
You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. Or online at System5ElectronicsInc.com. That's System5ElectronicsInc.com. Hey, wait, get your hands off that dial. Now, today's show isn't live, but it's kind of live. As a matter of fact, it's very live. Yes! This is a rebroadcast of the Doug Stewart Show. Don't turn the dial. Stay here. Yeah, the Doug Stewart Show.
You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Yeah! What's happening? What up, man? Thank you so much for joining your boy on the Doug Stewart Show. And today is a Man Talk Monday. Bring it back one more time. Bring it back one more time. Yes, sir. Ow! Damn, I feel good. I feel good. Woo! Hope you had a great weekend. Once again, Man Talk Monday. Your ballers and your busters, a.k.a. your game balls and your goats. That's what we doing today, man. Talking about everything from this past weekend in the world of sports and entertainment and guy talk and all of that stuff. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. If you're a new listener to the Doug Stewart Show, man, thank you for tuning in. I really, really do appreciate it. We appreciate it as a show. Thank you. And this is what we do around here, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m., well, actually 10 a.m. The show hours change from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we talk sports, we talk guy talk, we have fun. Yes, I joan on athletes, on entertainers, and I take a lot of phone calls, and I take a ton, and I absolutely mean it, a ton of chat where we discuss and make you totally interactive to the Doug Stewart Show. Speaking of which, if you like to be interactive and be part of the show and have some of your thoughts read live over the interweb, yeah, you can hit me up on the Spreaker chat on Spreaker.com. Obviously, you're probably listening to it on that platform. Or maybe you're on the DougStewartShow.com or the Doug Stewart Show app. Either way, on Spreaker, follow me on Spreaker.com and then jump in the chat room. And in the chat room is where you post your thoughts and your ideas or whatever it is concerning whatever it is you want to talk about. And I read a lot of it. I read a lot of it on the show, all right? So 404-382-0338. And you can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. What are we going to get into today? Obviously, man, Jordan Spieth, balls out of control. And I guess ball out of control probably isn't the proper term in golf, but you know what I mean. Tiger Woods breaks his damn wrist and continues to play, allegedly. Russell Westbrook balls out of control. Some kudos sent out to the Hawks GM. David Cornwell, I mean, with friends like him, you don't need enemies. Yeah, attorney for Jameis Winston. We'll get into that. Some more NBA talk, some NFL talk. Mel Kiper comes in with his latest edition of his mock draft. We'll talk about that. We'll get into a lot of stuff. Before I go any further, though, man, today is the 25th year that I've been a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Yes. 25th anniversary today. So shouts out. I know a couple of my line brothers listening. Shouts out to Terradome 32, Spring 90, Do or Die, Xi Psi, South Carolina State University, man. 25 years in the frat today. You know, I started thinking about it, man. And I know a ton of Qs all over the world. And a lot of them have lost their brothers, their line brothers, over an extended amount of time. And proud to say, man, happy and thankful and blessed to say that all 32 of us are still walking this earth. Knock on wood. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a blessing. My brother pledged Spring 92, and we are talking about the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated for people that didn't know that I was a member, a brother. My brother had 7 on his line, and 2 of them are gone. And so my brother, if I'm 25, he pledged in 92, so he's 23 years in the frat this year. Out of his 7 line brothers, him included, 2 of them have gone on to glory. And so we're talking 25 years later, man, all of us are still around, 32 dudes, bold and tough and nasty and doggish in our ways, man. And a lot of us, most of us are very successful, have been very blessed over the last 25 years, and we're still all here, man. So praise due to God. Thank you. I tell people all the time, one of the top 2-3 things that I've ever done in my life, man. I mean, one of the top things that I've ever done in my life, man, is pledging my fraternity, man. Just a tremendous thing, tremendous brotherhood over these years, man. So, yeah. Thank you, Lord. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. I guess congratulations are in order for Jordan Spieth. I mean, they are in order. 2 under 70 for a 4-shot victory over Phil Mickelson and Justin Rose this past weekend. He wins his first major, one of his first tournaments. The guy's 21 years old, was in the final group last year for the Masters and fell a little bit short. Very disappointing finish for him last year. And this year, what he does is finishes the drill. On another note from the Masters, and congratulations to him, let me make sure I say that. On another note of the Masters, one in particular that I've been thinking about and talking about is Tiger Woo. Tiger Woo. Yeah. Tiger shows up. This is the furthest he's went to a Masters, I think they said, since 2013. Actually, on the leaderboard on the last day on Sunday, played some great golf, missed some things, some opportunities to actually, I guess, stay in it and actually be in range of catching Jordan Spieth on Sunday. But that's okay. He still played good. Tiger Woo played very, very good. He played very good. To quote that dude from that, what was his name? The Samuel Jackson movie. It might have been Shaft, I think it was. Tiger Woo played very, very good. He played very good this weekend. Fantastic. That was good to see. He talked about him breaking his wrist almost, or popping his wrist back in place. I didn't get that. He hit a tree root. So if you're like me, you were watching this tournament, with bated breath, hoping that Tiger could stay in contention until Sunday, and he did it. You couldn't have had a better final day of matchups and pairings for a golf tournament than you did on Sunday. You had Tiger Woods right there. You had Mickelson right there. The Jordan Spieth kid was about to set records, and it was just fantastic. Sergio was in there as well. So Baller Award once again to Jordan Spieth, man. And, man, I was so happy to see Tiger Woods just be in contention on Sunday. Yes, Lord. He actually showed up. Now, I promise you, if Tiger wasn't doing well, that little incident he had where he hit the tree root, he probably would have bowed out right then. But he didn't because he was in contention, kind of, sort of. What was he? I think when they came into Sunday, he was at -6 and the Spieth kid was like at -14. So a lot of crazy things had to happen. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. A lot of crazy things had to happen for Tiger to get back in it. But, Jordan Spieth could have gave up a couple of shots. Tiger could have went real, real low. And then we would have had something. We didn't, but it was still good to see on Sunday. What are your thoughts on Tiger? What are your thoughts on this Jordan Spieth kid? And I watched him, and I gave him congratulations, all right? But here's the other part of it. Here's the other part of the whole conversation when you talk about this Jordan Spieth, and I've seen a couple other people kind of make mention of it as well, is that kid don't have and I mean absolutely none, no swagger at all. Like, he has no it factor, and he's young. And listen, I don't want to sound like I'm hating on the guy. Once again, I've already gave him his congratulations, and maybe he'll grow on me, and maybe it's just because he's young, but, I mean, not just because he's a golfer, or not just because he's not Tiger Woods. There's a lot of other golfers out there that are kind of interesting. Like, there was absolutely nothing interesting about this kid. They kept showing this little story about him and how when he was like 14 years old, he said he was going to win the Masters, and that was kind of cute, I guess. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, but he got no sizzle. Like, they can't sell that. They can't sell that guy. I mean, once again, I'm not, hating on the guy, but for golf to be kind of interesting, you got to have some type of personality. And I'm talking about for the casual fan, okay, like myself. And I guess I would still, even though I play a lot of golf, I would still probably put myself in the category of a casual fan. A lot of other guys on the tour are interesting. And they got a little sizzle about themselves. They got a little bit of swagger. Ricky Fowler, the dude that wears all of the bright stuff. I think he's promoted by Puma. Bubba Watson's real cool. Rory's even kind of cool. And you know about Tiger and even other cats like, I don't know, Miguel Jimenez, I don't know. So there's something about a lot of guys on golf that makes them kind of interesting. This kid, Jordan Spieth, man, he's going to have to work on that a little bit. He's going to have to work on that a little bit, man. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, am I alone in my thinking on that? On Jordan Spieth being kind of, for lack of a better term, boring? He's kind of boring. Once again, congratulations to him, but I don't know. He's going to have to do something. He's going to have to get a style coach or something like that. What are your thoughts on the Masters from this past weekend? Jordan Spieth dominates I mean, dominates. Tiger Woods stays in contention. And is Tiger back? And I guess that's the overwhelming theme for today and the question for today. Is Tiger Woods back? Do you think that he'll be able to compete in these next three majors throughout this season? Is he back? Is Tiger Woods back in your opinion? I mean, did you see enough? Was that all you needed to see was him in contention on Sunday? Let's talk about that today. We got birthdays for you. We're going to talk about the Russell Westbrook going ham last night. A lot of little things, man. All right? The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, man, we'll talk a little bit about Russell Westbrook going off last night. A little controversy surrounding him as well. And more thoughts on the Masters. Tiger Woods, Jordan Spieth. Don't go away. Keep it locked to the Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! I mean, even when the show's not live, it's still live. Yes! Yeah, you know what I mean. This is the Doug Stewart Show, a rebroadcast of the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, that's what it is. If you're not doing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show, Wild Out Wednesday. Top 5 worst sports uniforms of all times. That's what we're talking about today. Number 5 on my list is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the creamsicle uniforms. Just horrible. All of this is kind of like in honor to the Cleveland Browns and having one of the worst uniforms in the history of sports. But we got some breaking news, man. Yeah, former New England Patriots player Aaron Hernandez has been found guilty. Yeah. They're not booing because they're not happy with the verdict. They're booing because Aaron Hernandez is an a-hole, is a jerk, is an unbelievable, incredibly stupid guy. That's why the studio audience is booing. But he's been found guilty of first-degree murder after his lengthy trial in Fall River, Massachusetts. He's charged with killing Olden Lloyd, 27, on June 17, 2013. Lloyd, who was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiance, was found shot to death in an abandoned industrial yard, if you remember the story. And, he going up the river. I mean, I think he was always going up the river because he has another murder investigation for a double homicide coming up right after this one. So I always thought he was going. It was kind of some some thought that he might beat it, I guess, based on, we talked about this yesterday, based on the fact that the jury had deliberated for so long. I think yesterday was the 6th day that they were deliberating over the case. But at the end of the day, man, this ain't 1930. Okay, this ain't 1940. This ain't the era where the judicial system was if you don't have enough evidence, then you can't convict. Or if you don't have a weapon, you really can't convict. No, circumstantial evidence is a Nicky Ficky. Yes, sir. And the circumstantial evidence, man, pointing toward this guy was so incredible, I guess, that they had to convict his ass, and he is going to jail forever. And I mean forever. Yeah, I mean, not only is he going to jail for this once again, I think that he's probably going to lose this next case as well, which this might be one of the, like, I'm trying to think. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I want to get your thoughts on it on Spreaker.com. Hit me in the chat room. What are your thoughts on this? They didn't have any weapon. It was all circumstantial evidence once again. But this has me thinking right now, we talked about, athletes that have done dumb things during their careers. I think we did a top 5 on that a couple of weeks ago, and it might have been, in the conversation with this Aaron Hernandez thing. I think with this conviction and the fact that they found him guilty, this might be the number one dumbest athlete or the dumbest thing that an athlete has ever done in the history of this world. And just off the top of my head, and I'm talking about athletes that were still presently playing. And there have been a lot of dumb things that athletes have done over the years, obviously. But I'm talking about an athlete at the height of his career still playing the game. And I'm talking about their brand, how good of a player they were at the time. I'm not talking about just a third string or whatever on the bench for the Houston Oilers. I'm talking about this is a Pro Bowl guy that just got a contract for over $30 million, I believe, guaranteed money, and killed a guy, in effect, because they had a disagreement. Now, off the top of my mind, the person that pops in my mind is Ray Caruth. But Ray Caruth paid somebody. Ray Caruth he wasn't even stupid enough to do the deed himself when he had his girlfriend shot and killed, his pregnant girlfriend. Aaron Hernandez, in effect, conducted himself in allegedly, or not allegedly because now it's the case, Aaron Hernandez did it himself. The man killed somebody, what they're saying, based on this verdict, he killed somebody at a point in his life where, let's just keep it real, he had it going on. The man had it going on. The man had countless amount of money, fame, played on one of the best teams in the league, Super Bowls. I mean, he had it all. And he went out and killed the dude because of a disagreement. Huh? Unbelievable, yeah. So if you're just joining me, man, Aaron Hernandez has been found guilty of first-degree murder. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338. We'll give you more information as it comes, more details on that. Obviously, we'll be talking about that a lot more here on the Doug Stewart Show and the results of the investigation and of the trial, and now this verdict. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com, talking about the top 5 worst uniforms in the history of sports, or at least for the last 40 years or so. Quickly, let me tell you a couple of birthdays, and really today was a horrible day for birthdays. I mean, today was if you were born today, then really that's not a good thing, because you don't share the company with anybody else really of any significance at all in the world.
Hey.
Today's birthday. Am I lying, Tree? I mean,
it's Mocha Bella's mom's birthday. You better check yourself.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I wasn't talking about Mocha Bella or one of the Stewies. Mocha Bella is your mom's birthday. Happy birthday to Miss Mom of Mocha Bella. Happy birthday to you from the Doug Stewart Show. I hope your mama listening. I hope that happy birthday didn't fall on deaf ears. Well, you know what I mean. Happy birthday to your mama. But as far as celebrities, Flex Alexander, you know who Flex Alexander is? Flex, the dude, I mean, his name's Flex. I don't think his mama named him Flex, but he calls himself Flex. So Flex Alexander turns 45 years old today. You know him, comedian. Produced a long-running series, One-on-One, which I thought was a pretty decent show. I don't know what he's done lately. Haven't seen him in anything at all. So that dude Flex, he turns 45 today. And also Damian Wayans. That's right, Dante Wayans, the son or the nephew of Damon Wayans from the incredibly talented Wayans family. So happy birthday to him. He's 35. I like those. There's another one of the nephews that's doing movies now. He just did a movie, a little cop movie where they were like acting like they were cops or whatever, him and his sidekick or whatever. I like those young Wayans boys. I mean, they got talent. That whole entire family just got talent. I mean, can you imagine Sunday dinner at the Wayans house back in 1975, 76? It was crazy, man. Very talented family, so happy birthday to those guys. 404-382-0338. Let me read some of your chat messages here because this is what we do on the Doug Stewart Show. This is what makes the Doug Stewart Show totally interactive and the realest and the treeless, the most unfiltered show in America. From Bro McDowell, that old Toronto Raptors uniform with that corny dinosaur on the front, like Barkley would say, just terrible. Yeah, it was horrible. But you know what? I kind of like the little cartoon themes that they had. Probably like, what was that? And a lot of the teams had like a little cartoon theme to their uniforms. I remember the Seattle Supersonics had a little cartoon character of the Space Needle. I think that's what it is in Seattle. I'm not sure exactly, whatever that famous building is. And then Phoenix, Phoenix had the little sun. And yeah, Toronto had the little cartoon little raptor. It's kind of whack, but I thought it was kind of cute because it was so different. From William Mack, the new Browns uniforms are nice. Nothing wrong with them. I went to Cleveland in November of 2013. Aside from that friendly stripper I met in Christie's Cabaret, I wanted to slit my wrist. The whole time I was there, I kept thinking LeBron sucked the whole soul out of this city. Yeah, before LeBron even left Cleveland, the city has been struggling. Let me just put it like that because I don't want to start getting hate email from Clevelandites. I think that's what you call them, Clevelandites. Once again, I got family from up there, so I got to tread lightly. But the city has really been struggling economically for a long, long time. Just like all of those cities I talked about. Detroit, I always talk about Detroit and those cities up there, and Columbus, Ohio as well. It's just been tough, real, real tough. From Sandman, man, them jerseys are fresh, Doug. It's brown and orange. What? See, this is what I'm talking about. We actually got people that think or want to tell you that the Cleveland Browns uniforms look good. And they look like college uniforms. They look like the Oklahoma State Cowboys uniform, which is a bad look that you got to mimic a college uniform. The little block lettering on the front, that seems so college-y. Yeah, that didn't look like a pro team. Those little block letters on the front, that didn't look like a professional team. It looks bootleg. That Ninja, Doug, you bugging. The Browns uniforms are fresh. From Rel Scott. Rel Scott gives me his top 5 uniforms. Number 5, Boise State. Their field is terrible. You're talking about their field. As a matter of fact, Boise State has actually come out with some pretty cool uniforms over the last couple of years with the big, like, enlarged logo on the side. Yeah, the field is kind of weird as hell. They got the big blue field. But I like the uniforms. Number 4, the Detroit Pistons, aqua green and blue. Yes, I remember that era. They had to get rid of those. That was just a horrible color scheme. The Packers, the 1967 blue and gold unis. Number 2, the Oregon yellow and yellow uniforms. Those are horrible too, man. And I mentioned earlier how it seems like it's much more accepted, or these young kids think that the fluorescent colors are cool. And A1 on that list of horrible fluorescent, bright-ass color uniforms is the Oregon Ducks, especially those yellow and yellows. I don't get it. But, evidently it turns the kids on. And Nike, obviously they sponsor Phil Knight. They sponsor everything Oregon, and they got a gazillion uniforms. I think that's cool. But that fluorescent orange, or not orange, yellow and yellow, it's just horrible, man. Number 1, the Pittsburgh Steelers with the bumblebee uniforms with the striped jailhouse socks. They are horrible too. Pretty sure that Pittsburgh Steelers uniform is going to make my list. So stay tuned for that. From Niner for Life, better shooter, scorer, Steph Curry or Chris Jackson? Ooh, the great Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. Didn't Chris Jackson like average 50 points or something in college? Something ridiculous. Maybe it wasn't 50, but I think he like averaged like 40 or 35 or something crazy at that time in college basketball at LSU. There was just an enormous, ridiculous amount of points that he averaged in college. And he was a pure shooter in his truest sense, later changing his name to the great Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. But I don't know. I mean, everybody is real high on Steph Curry. I mean, Mark Jackson said it a couple of years ago as his coach that Steph Curry is the greatest shooter in the history of basketball. And when he said that, I remember saying, Ninja, are you crazy? You know what I mean? Great shooters has been in the NBA, and this young kid, you're going to bestow upon him that crown? I just didn't like that. But it's starting to come to fruition. This dude can shoot. He can shoot his ass off. But he did not shoot 77 three-pointers in a row. Who's a better shooter? I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess based on the conversation and the talk from these so-called experts, I guess you have to say it's Steph Curry. I don't know. But this topic is really hard to discern because you start talking about Reggie Miller and Ray Allen and Dale Ellis and guys like that, man. I mean, cats can shoot. It's just incredible how much love, respect, and admiration they're giving to this kid. I mean, so it must be true, I guess. It's still not true enough to hit 77 three-pointers in a row, though. But I guess it must be true. If even the pros and the experts and the former players are saying it, right? Yeah. All right, when we get back from the break, man, more of your chat. That's what I'm going to do the next segment. I'm going to read all chat. That's what we're going to do on the Doug Stewart Show. And keep it moving like that. All right, don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. When my best of shows are better than their live shows, you know they lame as hell, shawty. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. If you're not doing what the hell are you doing, this is the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Don't forget, we are watching the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight May 2nd at the Tavern Restaurant off of Campbellton Road. That's right. It's 58-19. Grab a pen. I'm going to give you this information. It's 58-19 Campbellton Road, Swats, ATL, Georgia, Southwest Atlanta, ATL, Georgia. Zip code 30331. Saturday, May 2nd, Mayweather versus Pacquiao. $10 pitchers, $5 seafood baskets, $20 at the door. Cash only, man. Cash only. Same time, man. Same time. You can actually get tickets in advance for $25 for tables and $75 for tables as well. So give them a call. Grab a pen once again. 678-904-7041. That's 678-904-7041 to reserve your table today. And make sure you tell them that you heard about it on the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. It's going to be crazy, man. I mean, it's creeping up on us. It's creeping up on us. Speaking of which, and another reminder, PSA, this Friday, we're going to be doing the best of the Doug Stewart Show this Friday. Not doing the show live on Friday, but still tune in and hear some choice cuts, the best of the Doug Stewart Show, the best of the best Doug Stewart Show on this Friday. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Mike Bodenhauser, man, head coach of the Atlanta Hawks, credits Danny Ferry as the primary architect of the Atlanta Hawks, who have won a franchise-best 60 games and have secured the top spot in the Eastern Conference, man. And there's a lot of controversy. You know about the comments that Danny Ferry, the GM of the Hawks, made towards Luol Deng at the start of the season. A lot of people debate you on how harsh and how racist the comments were. And it's kind of tricky because being in Atlanta, and this is, let me explain the story for a lot of people that aren't from Atlanta. Atlanta has been so bad and has not won anything for so long. I think that people in this city are ready to give a pass to Danny Ferry because of the success of the team. And you also have to remember as well is they're pushing this theme of Atlanta is a city too busy to hate, which is Atlanta. And it's perfect in this situation because we really don't want to hate Danny Ferry, but then at the same time, we want to hate Danny Ferry based on the comments that he made. Once again, it's kind of questionable on how inflammatory, how racist those said comments were. I've heard people debate and argue with one side or the other, but I don't think there's any denying that Danny Ferry put this team together. And he put this team together in the framework and the consistency of the teams that they had when he was an assistant GM in San Antonio. I mean, this team is San Antonio East. They play great together. They move the ball around, great spacing, fundamental basketball. They play great defense, and that's everything that the San Antonio Spurs have done throughout this run with Popovich and Tim Duncan. The only difference between this Hawks team and those San Antonio Spurs teams that have been so dominant over the last 15 or so years with Duncan and Popovich once again is we don't have a Tim Duncan. We got some very solid players in the paint, and saying we, being a resident of Atlanta for over 20 years. You got Al Horford and you got Paul Millsap, but they aren't Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan is a legendary, once-in-a-lifetime player. So that's the only thing this team is missing. But Danny Ferry, to his credit, and they've, sent him away to exile, Danny Ferry, to his credit, is the guy. He is the architect that put this team together. Best record in franchise history, once again, locked up the Eastern Conference. Going to have home court throughout the entire playoffs. What are your thoughts on Danny Ferry, man, and Coach Bud? I think it's almost kind of been like an edict not to even mention Coach Ferry. Like, you never even, like, the entire season is going by, we haven't seen hide nor hair his ass, as they would say in the country. And I guess they just told him, listen, man, just stay cool. Just stay under the radar. Keep your pie hole shut. Don't say anything. Don't talk to anybody. And it's kind of like, speaking of Breaking Bad a little bit earlier, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, it's kind of like what they did with Walter White when he, when he left town or whatever in the last couple of episodes to get away from the whole situation. It's kind of like that. Like, they just tucked him away in some little small cottage in New Hampshire. Yes, you haven't seen his face. You haven't heard any comments. They told him just to shut up, man. Just go away and just stay under the radar, and they have done that. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. You haven't seen anybody really catch up to Danny Ferry, TMZ even, or any of these big media outlets. No one's been able to catch up with Danny Ferry. He has, in effect, been in the witness protection program. He has been hiding. But once again, you got to give credit where credit's due. He put together this team just a short couple of years. And, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. So what are your thoughts on Danny Ferry, man? Do you think that he should come up above ground? Do you think he should be a part of this team as they make this playoff run? What are your thoughts on Danny Ferry and your thoughts about head coach Bud and saying that Danny Ferry is actually the guy most responsible for the team's success? From Redland Kirk, Doug, Tree beat that ass like granddad with a thorny switch. Laugh out loud. That's not funny. Stagger Lee, the great Stagger Lee. He says, I'm back in this snitch like my ex-wife after drinks to talk about this kid. Is it me, or am I only the one that likes to hear Tree say hitting balls? Yeah, that's not you. You're not the only one. You love all of that sexual innuendo Tree just throws out there. J. Rob, Tiger's back. He got a taste of contending among the newer golfers. Let me stop and let me comment on that for a second. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I've said for many, many years, I don't think Tiger Woods is going to pass Jack Nicklaus as far as majors all time. I just don't think he's going to do it. I've said many times before, I could see him winning maybe one more, but not passing or getting, I think it's 4 to pass Jack Nicklaus. Because he's just that great of a golfer. He could have a great, fantastic weekend where he shocks the world and wins one. What I saw this past weekend was very encouraging, though. And listen, I hope that I'm wrong. And I've said it many, many times. I thought Tiger Woods is done. But I've always rooted for him because I think golf is fun if Tiger Woods is in contention on Sundays. All right? If I had to put money on it, do I think that he'll pass Jack Nicklaus? No, I don't. I don't. And I think I actually did a show at one point a couple of months back when Tiger dropped out of a tournament where I said stick a pitchfork in Tiger's ass. And I still believe that for the most part. But am I kind of hedging my bet, wishing that Tiger Woods is good and relevant and successful? I am. I hope that I'm proven to be wrong or the biggest, error in judgment as far as prognostication of a golfer or of an athlete of all time. I hope that I'm wrong. I just don't think so. I don't think that he's going to pass 4 majors. From J. Rob, or from that ninja, men like quiet Tree. Gerald, Doug got to wear that trivia crack ass whipping. Oh, damn. Here y'all go, man. Okay, so. All right. To give you the history on this Doug Stewart and Tree Taylor battle in trivia crack. We just started playing last week. We played 3 games. I won the first one in handily fashion. And then Tree has come along to beat me 2 times in a row. All right. Now, I blame Trivia Crack for asking me dumbass questions about romance comedies from the 1980s. That's who I blame. But she's won, and I got to give her credit. What? I knew you were going to jump.
Like, when you talk about women, Tree has come along.
It ain't got nothing to do with you being a woman.
No, I showed up.
Oh, wait. Did you just – what? Oh, my gosh. Did she just call me the N-word? Oh, damn. We made Doug Stewart's show history just now. As many times as I've almost uttered that term, you did it. And we don't have 7-second delay.
I'm fired.
You getting a BPA. You nominated for a Boiled Penis Award.
No.
Yes, you are. The first time in the Doug Stewart Show history, someone utters the N-word. And we don't have 7-second delay, so it went across. So you have just been nominated for a Boiled Penis Award.
Okay, I'm going home for the day now.
And
I'm sick of you.
You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I can't believe that. You're so happy. You're so happy you uttered the N-word. Wow, Tree. You have to clean your mouth out with soap. I always talk about riding raw and hitting balls. And today, you just take it to a new extreme. You use the actual N-word live on air. Good thing we, on radio, traditional radio, the FCC be beating down my damn door right now. They're already looking for a reason to try to put me out of business. And you come up with this. Golly, Tree, you're better than that. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Texas Tide, Doug saying he won't lose than he lost back-to-back to Tree. I know. I am definitely eating some words and whatnot today. From Vince Wright, Doug, you better get a win versus Tree. James the truck driver, Tree got in that ass. See, I'm going to stop reading all of this Tree got in that ass chat. Talking about this trivia crack. Vince Wright, Westbrook is awesome. Baller award. He is a baller. He is a baller. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, a very eventful day. We're giving out ballers, busters, producers throwing out the N-word. Just all happy-go-lucky and whatnot. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right, when we get back from the break, man, I'm going to talk a little bit about Jameis Winston's attorney. I mean, damn, bruh. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we'll get into that. Relevant so that she can continue to get roles on reality shows.
I mean, we talked about this before, and you all jumped on the woman when she ain't trying to work. She's trying to work. Okay?
But she broke the rule. She broke the agreement, Tree. She can get a job. I mean, I guess it'd be less. It'd be harder for her to get a job if she doesn't intermingle Dwight Howard conversation into the talk.
What kind of job can she get that's going to accommodate the lifestyle that he created for her?
Oh, here you go.
Hey, welcome to Chick-fil-A.
What Chick-fil-A it is then? She not attached to dude anymore.
She is forever attached to dude because she rode raw.
Okay, now you really just playing with the people in the chat room and the listeners' emotions. Okay, you know they just pervs like that and they like to hear you talk dirty. You didn't have to go there again 3 times a day on the show.
Yes, you once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Sports Talk. Straight, no chaser.
What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Okay, if you didn't realize it, I'm actually not here today, but you're still listening to some great stuff, right? You're listening to Choice Cuts of the Doug Stewart Show. 404-382-0338. I mentioned it in the last segment. Ron Jaworski, and I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. Here's what ESPN analyst Ron Jaworski had to say in talking about who's going to be picked or who he thinks is going to be picked first in the NFL draft as far as these quarterbacks between Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota. Quote, the latest I'm hearing now from my sources around the league who are pretty wired in is that he's going to go number 1 now to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jaworski told CSN's Phillies Sports Talk. All right? So what Jaworski is saying is that he thinks, and what his people, what his inside sources are telling him, is that Marcus Mariota is going to go number 1. Here's the deal. Here's the deal with this Ron Jaworski guy, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I can't tell, really what's going on with Ron Jaworski. Sometimes I'll listen to him and I'll be like, I think this guy's giving an honest opinion. Then sometimes I'll listen to him and I was like, this dude is biased as F. Okay? Bottom line is, I think Ron Jaworski's a hater. That's it. I just think Ron Jaworski's is a hater. Now, listen, at one point, I thought that Ron Jaworski, and I'm just going to keep it real with you, I really thought that Ron Jaworski had a problem with black quarterbacks because it seemed like he always crushed black quarterbacks. You know that he had much disdain for Mike Vick, and then not just black quarterbacks, but I thought that he had a problem with athletic quarterbacks who a lot of times were black quarterbacks. okay? But no, then a couple of years ago when RG3 came out and RG3 started to do well, from what I remember, he was actually aboard and he was actually singing the praises of RG3. So I was like, no, that can't be it. What I think it is I think Ron Jaworski is just a hater. What I really think it is, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, is I think that if he questions your character, if he's got a problem with your character, I think that he really tries to throw shots at you and downgrade you. Once again, he was a fan of RG3. RG3, you know, was one of the most clean-cut kids that you'll ever see coming out of college into the NFL. Didn't like Mike Vick. And right now, I think the situation and why I feel like that he's throwing shade and, in effect, you know, coming up with these stories and these prognostications about who's going to be drafted is because I don't think he likes Jameis Winston. I just think he does not like Jameis Winston. Who the hell told you that a team was going to take Marcus Mariota before Jameis Winston? And it's crazy because you know I'm a fan of the athletic quarterback, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. But I've said this before, and I'm on record. There's something about Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota that I just don't trust. And mainly, I love his skill set. I love the fact that he has great mobility. He can throw the football, seemingly. The problem I have with Marcus Mariota and why I don't even think it's a conversation about who's a better quarterback between him and Jameis Winston is because of that system they come out. And historically, you can't show me one quarterback that have come out of that Chip Kelly system at Oregon and those type of quarterbacks that came from Oregon that's done anything in the NFL. So, in effect, what I believe is that they are system quarterbacks, okay, that won't really translate or hasn't proven to translate into the NFL. That's my only problem with them. You know, if this guy had done all the things that he's done at another school with another system, not like this thing that they do in Oregon, I would probably be higher on him. I would probably, you know, be more apt to taking him even over Jameis Winston because I don't think Jameis Winston has athletic ability at all. I think Jameis Winston is pretty much Byron Leftwich 2.0, okay? And I think he's kind of clumsy, kind of slew-footed or whatever. I don't think he's a great athlete at all. The problem I have, once again, with Marcus Mariota is I just don't think it is proven that system, the quarterback that runs that system in college, does not translate to the NFL. And if you've heard anybody talk about this, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, all the other experts, all the other draft gurus, and everybody else, to a man, says it's not even close. You know, Jameis Winston is a franchise-changing quarterback. The man lost one freaking game in 2 years. Oh, yeah, and won the Heisman. Okay? The man is unbelievable. He has the complete skill set that you want for an NFL quarterback. But Ron Jaworski, for some reason, don't like him, in my opinion. Am I wrong about this? Am I reading too much into this? Ron Jaworski is a hater.
The Doug Stewart Show.
What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
So, I'm probably 6. So, Jesse Bryant rolls by, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He rolls by in his truck, and for some reason, something in my mind says, pick up a rock and throw it at Jesse. And I hit his truck. And not only did I hit his truck, it was a damn good throw and aim because it hit his windshield. And it cracked his windshield. So he stops and jumps out of the truck.
I don't think anybody saw me, but he jumps out and, Isaac, so your grandson hit my truck with a rock. They had a little conversation. I'm like, oh, man, this is bad. And sure enough, my grandfather walks up and sees this nick on the windshield. And Jesse rolls away, and I know I'm in trouble. My daddy not around, my mother not around, and my grandfather reaches down, and this is God is my witness. Strike me down right here. My grandfather reaches down and pulls off a branch from a rose bush. Yes, just drags his arm and pulls off the leaves. Thorns are still applied to said switch. You get your ass whooped with a switch is bad enough, but a thorny switch? Oh my gosh. So he commences to busting my ass with a thorny switch. Yes. And you know I was marked up from head to toe. Now, that's probably child abuse. Not saying that what Adrian Peterson didn't do was child abuse either, but that was child abuse. That's a deadly weapon. And this is no lie. You're listening to The Doug Stewart Show.
The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. Yes, sir. What's up, baby? Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. We got any stragglers, anybody that just joined the show at this point, welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. But remember, we do it every day from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Have a good time every day. Today we're talking about the top 5 worst uniforms in the history of sports in honor of the Cleveland Browns unveiling their new uniforms last night, which were absolutely horrible. So we'll get more into that. I'll give you my number 3 team here in a second. But listen, let me remind you, man, it's going down at the Tavern Restaurant, man, at Campbellton Road, off of Campbellton Road, 5819 Campbellton Road in the SWATs, ATL. Saturday, May 2nd, obviously, Mayweather versus Pacquiao. $10 pitchers, $5 seafood baskets, $20 at the door, cash only. You can get tables for $25 and $75. These aren't going to last. All right, so if you're trying to find a great place to watch the fight where you can hear the fight with a bunch of great TVs, you can get your wings, you can get your catfish nuggets or whatever. It's all going down May 2nd with me, Doug Stewart, the Doug Stewart Show staff, everybody, Waterhead, Walter, Tree. We're going to be up in there, watching the fight, having a great time, celebrating life on May 2nd. If you want to get your tickets in advance, because once again, it will sell out, the number to the show is 678-904-7041. Once again, 678-904-7041. And make sure and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. You got to do that. Don't forget that. Whatever you do, don't forget that. All right, so some news has come out about this Wonderlic test, and my whole thoughts on the Wonderlic test, the guys, it's a test that they test prospective players going to the NFL draft on their intelligence, on their aptitude. I'm always kind of skeptical and suspect of these type of tests because I think a lot of times, and it's crazy, it leads me into another conversation about the Atlanta school cheating scandal. I'll talk about that in a second. But I always feel like that these tests are kind of culturally biased in a lot of instances. A lot of the conversation, a lot of the terms and phrases that they use in these types of tests, they don't really fully, I think, estimate intelligence. A lot of times they estimate, the background you come from, and the conversations and the extensiveness as far as your vocabulary, they come into play. But in any regard, Marcus Mariota scored a 33 out of 50 on the Wonderlic test, and Jameis Winston scored a 27 on the test. Both relatively good scores for quarterbacks, obviously much better for Marcus Mariota, and you're talking about out of 50. So that's good for them, I guess. Now, it's not really being talked about to that much of a degree, because I think that if Jameis Winston had scored like a 10 or something like that, I think that a lot of these other people out here, these analysts, these detractors, these haters, a.k.a. Jaws, Ron Jaworski, he would have been pouncing on the kid, okay? But he scored relatively good, so you're not hearing a lot of conversation about it. Let me put this in perspective for you, some past players and what some of their Wonderlic scores were, okay? And really this is the proof that this test and what you make on it isn't a true indicator of how good of a quarterback you're going to be in the NFL. The great Terry Bradshaw scored a 16. And, they always used to kind of Joan or Terry Bradshaw that he wasn't that bright, and they still technically do it today. Terry Bradshaw scored a 16. Dan Marino, a lot of people will tell you one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever throw a damn football. Dan Marino scored a 15. Okay? Hakeem Nicks scored an 11. And, man, I hate to even bring this up because it's kind of embarrassing, but, this is a fact, and I'm trying to give you some perspective. Vince Young scored a 6. Terrell Pryor scored a 7. I almost think that if you score that low, you really didn't even try. Or that's what I want to believe. I want to believe that you didn't even try, that you thought that that your standing with NFL teams and these GMs and scouts is such, though, that you didn't even give a damn, which says something about you in itself. Why would you not even give a damn? I just don't want to believe that these guys could score this low. But, yeah, Terrell Pryor scored a 7. Vince Young scored a 6. Tavon Austin scored a 7. Sebastian Janikowski scored a 9. Hell, he's not even from this country. You would expect him to score low. C.J. Spiller scored a 10. The great Jeff George, looked like Tarzan, played like Jane, scored a 10. So do with that information what you want. Bottom line is Jameis Winston scored relatively high for a quarterback for anybody coming into the NFL draft. So the guys, I've heard that he is a very bright student. I've heard that. I've heard that he was like one of the top guys coming out of his senior class in high school. Like, he got much sense. And sometimes he just acts too freely. And didn't understand and doesn't understand that he's under the magnifying glass, man, as far as the press goes. And he's just got to make wiser decisions. I don't think anything with Jameis Winston says that he can't make changes and just adjust and say to himself and conduct himself going forward as a guy that has a lot to lose and that a lot of people are watching. I don't think that he doesn't realize that is the point I'm trying to make. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. From J. Rob, don't drop the soap. Talking about Aaron Hernandez. Rel Scott, bye-bye, Aaron Hernandez. Fatboy McCoon, the all-prison team is nice, though. Yeah, the all-prison team is crazy. Vince Wright, the longest yard for Aaron. Matt, Tampa Bay Bucks, number 1. No, they were number 5 on my list of top 5 worst uniforms in the history of sports. James Cooper, what up, James? Hernandez is joining O.J. and Lawrence Phillips on the pro-prison team. Ooh. Fell pay. Rake Ruth hiding in the trunk wasn't too bright. Post-career, O.J. is the president of dumb things done from athletes. I agree with that. Didn't he go to prison for stealing his own damn trophy? Yes. Laugh out loud. It's really not funny, man. I was actually a fan of the juice. But I've railed on O.J. for being dumb. You beat the most high-profile murder case probably in the history of this country, and you out stealing from folks. And strong-arm robbery of folks. Unbelievable. You would have thought, Ninja, you just would have laid low for the rest of your life. But no, you did that to yourself. Harvey Scott, Hernandez is by far the dumbest because this ninja is freaking a serial killer. Yeah, that's another added thing when you talk about the resume of dumbness of athletes that have gone to jail for something heinous like this, like murder, is not only did he kill his friend, his boy, Olden Lloyd, off of some type of little petty beef, but allegedly he killed 2 other dudes drive-by style. He's a freaking serial killer. He's got multiple murders on his rap sheet. That's unbelievable. And not after he, was retired and had fallen on hard times or anything like that. This ninja is presently playing, or was presently playing, had just signed an enormous contract and is out killing folks like he's freaking Matt Dillon or something. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I thought that he would go down even with that bootleg testimony from Shanae, but such is not the case. He going to jail. Golly, you stupid. Yo! Dude, you stupid. Like, I'm sitting back trying to digest this. Can you imagine what's going through this guy's mind right now? And what he's saying to himself, or how stupid he is, and how stupid he was? Can you imagine what this guy is saying? Like, man, I threw it all away for what? Because the guy didn't pay me back my $10? I threw it all away. I killed people. I didn't even have to kill anybody. Why did I kill these guys? It wasn't even that serious. I was living in the life of luxury. Cars, houses, women, fat pockets, and I threw it all away, and I'm going to jail forever because I got a bad temper. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Don't go away. Up next on the Doug Stewart Show, man, to talk a little bit about this situation with the NBA players in New York and the New York police. We got to talk about that. Don't go away. Doug Stewart. Hey, wait. Get your hands off that dial. Now, today's show isn't live, but it's kind of live. As a matter of fact, it's very live. Yes! This is a rebroadcast of the Doug Stewart Show. Don't turn the dial. Stay here. Yeah, the Doug Stewart Show. What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
So, I'm probably 6. So, Jesse Bryant rolls by, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He rolls by in his truck, and for some reason, something in my mind says, pick up a rock and throw it at Jesse. And I hit his truck. And not only did I hit his truck, it was a damn good throw and aim because it hit his windshield and it cracked his windshield. So he stops and jumps out of the truck. I don't think anybody saw me, but he jumps out and, Isaac, so your grandson hit my truck with a rock. They had a little conversation. I'm like, oh man, this is bad. And sure enough, my grandfather walks up and sees this nick on the windshield. And Jesse rolls away, and I know I'm in trouble. My daddy not around, my mother not around, and my grandfather reaches down, and this is God is my witness. Strike me down right here. My grandfather reaches down and pulls off a branch from a rose bush. Yes, just drags his arm and pulls off the leaves. Thorns are still applied to said switch. You get your ass whooped with a switch is bad enough, but a thorny switch? Oh my gosh. So he commences to busting my ass with a thorny switch. Yes. and you know I was marked up from head to toe. Now, that's probably child abuse. Not saying that what Adrian Peterson didn't do was child abuse either, but that was child abuse. That's a deadly weapon. And this is no lie. You're listening to The Doug Stewart Show.
The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. Peanuts taste better boiled.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to begin our study of the male erection. We are adults. Now, I want everybody together to go ahead and say, penis, penis, penis.
Peanuts taste better. Peanuts taste better. Peanuts taste better boiled.
Come on, y'all, say it.
No, man. Peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts. P-E-A-N-U-T-S. Peanuts. Y'all know what the hell I was saying.
Come on, y'all, say it.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This week's Boiled Penis Award nominees, Judge Jerry Baxter, the judge presiding over the Atlanta school cheating scandal, putting these people in jail for using the eraser on their pencils to erase answers. Real jail. Ron Jaworski for just throwing major shade and being a hater of Jameis Winston is nominated as well. Tree Taylor, who used the N-word live on air in addressing her faithful, fearful, fearless leader in Doug Stewart. That's me. And also Aaron Hernandez, man. So this week, your Boiled Penis Award winner is Aaron Hernandez. I mean, I think in any other week, Tree probably would have won this thing. But, I mean, it's hard to beat life in jail, first-degree murder of killing an innocent guy when you got $30 million in the bank, you're a professional athlete, your brand is big as hell, and you're set for life, and you really didn't have to do this, and the argument was over who's going to pay the tab at the bar. It's hard to beat that. I mean, it's just hard to beat that. Like any other time, I think Tree would have won this thing hands down, but just this week is just no way possible. Aaron Hernandez is your Boiled Peanuts Award winner. All right. This is the Doug Stewart Show, 404-382-0338. We're also talking about the top 5 Martin Lawrence characters on the TV show Martin. Number 5 on my list was Mama Payne. Number 4 was Old Otis. Number 3 on my list, I'll tell you in the next segment. But let me read some of this chat here from my man Max Jones III. I remember Martin got high and was running down Crenshaw in L.A. Just say no, bruh. What was that all about? Did he have like a mental breakdown, or was he on like some angel dust or something like that? I would find it hard to believe that a grown-ass man in whatever year that was, 2000, would smoke Sherm. And talking about a guy like Martin Lawrence with his brand. But, yeah, Martin lost it for a minute. RJC, there's no reaction. His ass is gone like Ray Caruth. Leon, Skyhook is the only shot that is impossible to stop. Why hasn't anyone ever tried to master the Skyhook since? It's a mystery. And talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar today being his 68th birthday, The sky hook has never been blocked. Allegedly, it's never been blocked. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar perfected it. And really, there's no one that really has used that as their go-to weapon like Kareem did. People have done sky hooks. A lot of times people will do baby hooks. Magic Johnson even used to do a baby hook, they used to call it. So even Shaq has like a faux hook. When Shaq played, he had like this faux hook. But it wasn't like the traditional historical sky hook made popular by the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's strange. That's interesting. Rel Scott. Kareem at 68 still has more post moves than Dwight Howard. I agree. Bro McDowell, Kareem used to date Pam Grier for a minute. Ooh, yeah. Shouts out to you, Jab. Damn that Pam Grier. Speaking of Martin, you remember when they came back and had the players ball? And Pam Grier was one of the hosts. And Grady, he had this like movie theater or whatever, or the stage theater or whatever, and they had to shut down, so they had to come together and in effect have like a rent party and save his theater. The great Pam Grier made an appearance in that. Miss Mocha Bella, I still watch Martin on MTV and TV One. I didn't know Martin was on MTV. Stagger Lee, my grandmama was worse than Adrian Peterson's with a switch, beat that ass. Texas Ty, coworker said, man, that sounds like, not Big Bird this time, but a mix between Miss Piggy and Kermit. I guess he's talking about one of the Martin clips that I played, talking about probably Mama Payne I played earlier today. Younger brother, Martin classic, but Doug, you got to get a BPA putting it over Sanford Son. No, I didn't say I was putting it over Sanford Son. What I'm saying is it could be talked about in the same conversation with the greatest sitcoms of all times. Like all of the great sitcoms came in the 70s, in my opinion. You're talking about the Jeffersons, Sanford and Son, and Good Times. They all came in the early, mid-70s. Martin is the most recent sitcom that I even have in the conversation with those other three. Just classic, man. Classic TV. I can watch every episode of the early Martins, not the last year or two. The last year or two were pretty bad, in my opinion. That's when Gina, the real Gina, I can't remember her name right now. Gina, whoever plays the role of Gina, she accused Martin of stuffing his tongue down her throat. And so they weren't even doing scenes together. You remember that? That was crazy. And they just lost a lot of luster after a couple of years. From RJC, Jerome has to be number one. Detroit, Matt, I have Martin number one, my favorite sitcom ever. Ooh. Ronald Cameron, RC's top 5 Martin characters. Number 5, Roscoe. Number 4, Otis. Number 3, Shanae. Number 2, Jerome. Number 1, Dragonfly Jones. 5, Roscoe. No, okay. Miss Mocha Bella. Honorable mentions, Martin characters, Dragonfly Jones. Bob. Oh, yeah, Bob, to work with Pam and Gina. Fred Mack. Martin is number 1 sitcom of all time. Ooh, I just thought about it, and I think we talked about this on our top 5 a couple of months ago, maybe even. The only 2 or 3 sitcoms, and one not as much as the other 2, but the only 3 sitcoms that I'd even put in the conversation once again with the original sitcoms from the early 70s is Martin, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Everybody Hates Chris. Everybody Hates Chris. People sleeps on that. That is a fantastic, funny-ass show, and maybe it has something to do with the fact that Chris Rock grew up during the time that I grew up, so a lot of the things that he talks about in this show I identify with. But just a fantastic show, man, and if you don't know the premise of the show, basically it's Chris Rock as like a 10-year-old kid growing up in Brooklyn, New York, or Bedford-Stuyvesant, or wherever, one of them borough places in New York. And so it's talking about his life, and so a lot of the stuff and a lot of the content is all dealing with like hip-hop music and African Bambaataa and little things that happened to a kid in the late 70s. So I identify with it definitely. Fantastic, man. Pam from Martin, she plays his mom. What's the guy's name? Big muscle-bound dude. Terry, what's his name?
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. Thank you, Tree.
And Tisha Campbell was Gina on Martin.
Tisha Campbell. That's right. Thank you, Tree. And so Terry Crews plays his dad. Just a funny-ass show, man. I don't know if it's syndicated anywhere right now. They usually bring those shows back and forth. So I don't know if it's on anywhere right now, but when they start showing it again, because they will on one of them black stations, BET or BET TV, one of those shows, networks, you can see it again. From Stringer, bruh man was in the 30 for 30 on SMU getting the death penalty. He played on that team. Yeah, I didn't know that until I saw that the bruh man from the 5th floor or 4th floor, whatever floor he was from, he actually played on those SMU teams, the death penalty, the Pony Express teams from back in the day with Craig James and Eric Dickerson. So that was very interesting. Niner for life. Does anyone remember the mechanic Martin played? What was the mechanic's name? Oh, Elroy Preston. That's right. The great Elroy Preston. Don't you know no good? No good. Yeah. I'm going to put him in my honorable mention. He's not going to be number one, though. He's definitely not going to be number one. Who else we got here? I'll read more of your chat when we get back from the break, man, on the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to everybody chatting and posting in the chat room. Thank you very much. All right, so when we get back from the break, I'll give you number 3 on my list. And then I may even give you 2 names because we're kind of behind as far as these names on the top 5 Martin characters of all times. Number 5, Mama Payne. Number 4, Otis. Number 3, coming back when we get back. Coming up when we get back. Don't go away, the Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
Now, 2 things, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. First of all, you're going to have us to believe, Shayana Jenkins, you're going to have us to believe that you, a black woman, didn't look inside of this damn box. That's a lie. And then the second big part of this whole thing is you. Come on, Tree. Come on, Tree. What black woman you know in America is going to be told to do something nefarious sounding like that and not take a peek inside the damn box?
You better stop.
You stop. And the second thing Shayana's going to have us to believe is that you took this box that you didn't look in, and you being a black woman, you took this box and don't know where you dumped it at? You discarded this secret box and don't know where? Come on, man. And another thing about black women, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I'm an expert on black women. All of the black women I know, and I've had this conversation about, about this Aaron Hernandez trial, and what do you think that his girlfriend's going to do when she testifies, this, that, and the other. Everybody that I talk to, and I kind of get the feeling from talking to black women that they ain't trying to do no time for nobody. Yes.
Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern. The Doug Stewart Show. Sports talk. Straight. No chaser.
This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the number one thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5Electronicsinc.com. That's System5Electronicsinc.com. Hey, wait, get your hands off that dial. Now, today's show isn't live, but it's kind of live. As a matter of fact, it's very live. Yes! This is a rebroadcast of the Doug Stewart Show. Don't turn the dial. Stay here. Yeah, the Doug Stewart Show. If you're not stewing, what in the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. And, talking about the top 5 worst sports uniforms of all times. I'll give you number 5 on my list here in a second. We're also going to talk about Steph Curry. But a couple things I need to remind you about. This segment is brought to you by System 5 Electronics. And they're proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as little as $16.50 per month. And also, if you give them a call right now, my good friends at System 5 Electronics, you get a free driveway probe with the purchase of a smart solution system. It's a wireless device that alerts you whenever a vehicle enters or exits your driveway. You'll receive a notification on your smartphone while you're at home or away. The driveway probe will alert you when unexpected visitors are on your property, which will prompt you to access your cameras. You can get all this from System 5 and see exactly who the hell it is. Yes, sir. So you can't beat that with a stick. So check them out. Get in contact with them at System5, the number 5, electronicsinc.com, or you can give them a call at 404-756-0736. Here's the great part about it, man. If you ever have an issue with your security alarm system with System 5, I doubt that you will, though. You can ask to speak to the owner. I mean, the owner's actually going to talk to you because you listen and you heard about them from me, the Doug Stewart Show. The owner's name is Mr. Maceo Brown. Yes, sir. Maceo Brown. You ask to speak to Maceo and tell him that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. He will take care of you. All right, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. The Golden State Warriors guard Steph Curry, a story has come out about this guy, and I'm sure you've heard about it once again. He's a single-season three-point record holder, okay? He connected allegedly, and I got to put allegedly in front of this. He connected allegedly on 77 straight threes in a practice on yesterday. What? 77 straight three-pointers. He took 100 of them. He hit 94 of them, allegedly, okay? But he hit his first 77 in a row. And I don't even know how this became a story or who reported it. I'm actually looking right now on the puppetfactory.com, and there's not a writer to the story. Like, this is almost like some type of urban legend, a.k.a. a damn lie, okay? It's impossible. I'm just going to tell you my thoughts right now, and if you're different, if you think different, if you're in the chat room and you believe this, you tell me. Tell me why you think this is possible. If you played any basketball before, if you've watched any three-point shooting contest before in your life, in the NBA, you'll know that this is a damn lie. And I'm sorry. I got to call a spade a spade. Now, they actually had a little bit of video, it looked like from somebody's cell phone or whatever, of Steph Curry taking three-pointers. But in that little short videotape, you actually saw him miss. Okay, so I don't know when that was. That could have been taped 2-3 years ago. I have no clue. But the man did not shoot 77 three-pointers in a row and make them. That's impossible. Do you disagree with me? Hit me up in the Spreaker chat on Spreaker.com. What are your thoughts on that? I say it's a damn lie. I almost think this is some type of like publicity stunt or whatever. It almost feels like that there's a commercial campaign coming along talking about his exploits and shooting three-pointers. Like there's something coming after this that you're going to find out that this wasn't true, that this was just something made up, and it was something for publicity. But you tell me if you believe that a man, that if it's possible to hit 77 three-pointers in a row, that's impossible. I mean, you're talking about even a good shot. All right, if you take that many three-pointers at some point within the 77 shots, even if you take a good shot, you're going to hit the rim a little bit, and it's going to rim out. So what you're saying is he shot 77 three-pointers and didn't touch the rim? That's a damn lie. Now, I kind of get the feeling from listening to everybody else, and they're all politically correct, and they don't want to call BS on this crap or whatever, and they're just taking it for what it's worth. And I guess that's the politically correct thing to do, but not on the Doug Stewart Show. No way. I'm calling BS on that. I call BS on Steph Curry, his lying ass. He's a lying Mickey Ficky. And I don't know if it's actually him or his publicist or maybe one of his teammates that just floated that out there for laughs and for funny. But let me ask you, do you believe that a man could hit 77 three-pointers in a row? I don't believe it at all. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. All right, so the top five worst uniforms in sports. And I absolutely love my list. And this all stems from the Cleveland Browns showing off their new team uniforms last night, which is crazy because the uniform doesn't look any damn different than the day before once again. The color pattern is just horrible. I think, and here's a common theme to bad uniforms, and I think I may have said this before, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Any uniform with brown in it is just horrible from the rip. And so you can talk about your Cleveland Browns, your Wyoming Cowboys that got that brown and yellow stuff going on. Anytime, for the most part, 9 times out of 10, you got brown in your uniform, you got doo-doo brown in your color scheme, it's not good. It's just not good. And so coming in at number 5, they don't have any brown, but coming in at number 5 on my list is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Creamsicle Buccaneers. And I guess probably there should be some of that. Now, it's all on your taste. But I've heard people actually say they actually like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers old school creamsicle uniforms. And I don't even know what the technical color is of that orange that they used to have. Maybe it is creamsicle. I don't know. It looks just like a creamsicle. But it was horrible. It was horrible. Maybe because it was so unique and it was kind of like fluorescent or whatever. And back during that times, teams really didn't have fluorescent type bright colors like that, so it kind of seemed out of place. Nowadays, you see a lot of teams wearing, fluorescent type colors. There's a lot of different color schemes of college football teams and college teams in general. I know, like for instance, the Seattle Seahawks, they have this fluorescent green right now, so it's much more accepted right now. And some people will tell you that Seattle uniform is horrible right now in itself. But back then, you're talking late 70s, whenever the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came into the league for a long, long time, until they moved over to that pewter color and that red color, which was a great, great upgrade. Until they moved up to that, they had the creamsicle jerseys for a long time. They were just absolutely horrible, man. And I guess that's kind of why they played so bad for such a long time as well. And I really, really believe that. You look good, you play good. You look horrible, your psyche, your mind ain't going to be right if you're playing in an ugly-ass uniform. Trust me on that, okay? And I really think that was part of the problem with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you figured out, you realized it very quick. When they changed their uniform, they changed their mindset, they changed their culture, and they went on to win a Super Bowl. Now, I'm just saying. I mean, it's not coinky-dink. It is not a coinky-dink, all right? that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers changed their uniform, and then a couple of years later, they went on to win in a Super Bowl in the NFL. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. What are your thoughts on the Cleveland Browns uniform, their new uniform that was displayed or showed last night at this little fashion show type thingy that they had? What are your thoughts on that? All right, 404-382-0338. Do you believe that Steph Curry hit 77 three-pointers in a row? I mean, me or the studio audience don't believe that crap. We don't believe that crap one bit. And so what are your thoughts on that as well? This is the Doug Stewart Show, the realest, treeless sports talk show in America. What we're going to do on the Doug Stewart Show is we're going to read a lot of chat when we get back from the break. We also got to talk about birthdays. We do that every single day. Shouts out to all of my Stewies once again. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. I appreciate the love. Shouts out to William Mack, Jungle Brother, That Ninja, Jersey Vern, Casey, Miss Mocha Bella. Yeah, I appreciate it all, man. Thank you so much for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. Yeah. Steph Curry. Who the hell you think you are, Ron O'Neal or something? Steph Curry, you ain't Ron O'Neal, bruh. You are not Ron O'Neal. You don't hit no 77 three-pointers in a row. That's crazy. All right, when we get back from the break, man, you know how they always talk about the Wonderlic and how these guys do at the combine on their Wonderlic test? And it's a test basically to evaluate your aptitude, your smarts. And the word has come out on what Marcus Mariota and what Jameis Winston did on this test. A little bit better than you probably would have guessed. That's all I'm going to tell you. All right, so we'll talk about that. I'll read some of your chat. We'll continue talking about the top 5 worst sports uniforms of all times. All right, coming up next on the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Keep it locked. The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
And we're getting a lot of chat because Tree made a comment and used the term have sex raw. And just like you cavemen dudes that listen to this show, y'all eating that up.
If you're going to say it right. It's ride raw.
Ooh. Okay, see that, Tree? You can't do that. William Mack, I'm torn on whether or not to nominate Dwight Howard for garnishing his baby mama's bank account for violating a gag order. She was wrong for mentioning his name on that bootleg show, but come on, man. That's the mother of your child? Yeah, and I read the story, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And it does seem very petty. Dwight's got $1 gazillion, and this chick clearly is just trying to keep her name relevant so that she can continue to get roles on reality shows.
I mean, we talked about this before, and you all jumped on the woman when she ain't trying to work. She's trying to work. Okay.
But she broke the rule. She broke the agreement, Tree. She can get a job. I mean, I guess it'd be less. It'd be harder for her to get a job if she doesn't intermingle Dwight Howard conversation into the talk.
What kind of job can she get that's going to accommodate the lifestyle that he created for her?
Oh, here you go.
Hey, welcome to Chick-fil-A.
What Chick-fil-A it is then? She not attached to dude anymore.
She is forever attached to dude because she rode raw.
Okay, now you really just playing with the people in the chat room and the listeners' emotions. Okay, you know they just pervs like that and they like to hear you talk dirty. You didn't have to go there again 3 times a day on the show.
Yes, you once, twice, 3 times, lady.
Sports Talk. Straight, no chaser.
What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. I mean, even when the show's not live, it's still live. Yes! Yeah, you know what I mean. This is the Doug Stewart Show, a rebroadcast of the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, that's what it is. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is hour number 2. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Follow the show on Spreaker and then jump in the chat room and be totally interactive. And also you need to follow the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group page. It's the party after the party. So when the show's done today at 1 p.m. or 12 p.m., all the conversations that we've had today, you can jump in there and continue them. Your BP award nominees are Judge Jerry Baxter over the Atlanta teacher cheating scandal case. Ron Jaworski Baxter put 10 out of 11 people in jail for a substantial amount of time, which is just ridiculous to me. So he's definitely nominated for BPA. Ron Jaworski gets a Bora Penis Award nominee. Aaron Hernandez, obviously, he's going to jail for life for killing a dude, which he really didn't have to do. And then our own Tree Tail is nominated for a BPA as well. So we'll do that in about 15 minutes. But listen to this, man. According to Tybo Cephalosha, Imperial Antish players for the Atlanta Hawks, this whole situation happened in New York. They're in effect saying that the New York police, goaded them into this and really just pursued Tybo Cephalosha in particular into some type of confrontation, thus slapping them with this obstruction to justice charge, one of those felonious type crazy charges that really you can put on anybody if you want. But at the time of the source says that Cephalosha and Antich were walking down the block to get into a car that would take them back to their team hotel. The source said that Cephalosha did not run toward the cop as the complaint said, that the cops wrote down in their complaint. Rather, the source said Cephalosha turns to him and asked in substance, what's the officer's problem with him? At this point, Cephalosha and the officer got into an argument which led to Cephalosha arrested for obstruction of a governmental function, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. All of that sound like bootleg crap. That sounds like some crap they'll pin onto you just to put you in jail when they got nothing else. So I 100% believe that, man. The arrest took place at the corner of 10th Avenue, more than 120 feet away from the scene of the stabbing at the 10 AKA nightclub. Did you hear that? So Tybo Cephalosha, they're going to file a complaint, man. I guess at some point they're going to sue the New York Police Department, man. And rightfully so, and I really do believe it, man. when they just got a problem with you and talking about the police, and once again, disclaimer, not all police are bad. Not all of them are bad. But a lot of them are crooked as hell, okay? And a lot of them got attitude problems because they got a badge. They think they can do anything. They think they're like, invincible. A lot of people have said the biggest gang running around is the police, all right? And that sounds like some old bootleg BS bull. Oh, it just sounds like something crazy, just so they can slap on there to justify arresting these cats, throwing them in the back of the car, and taking them to the police station and putting them in jail. It just sounds like an obstruction of justice. What? You're 120 feet away from the crime scene. How am I obstructing justice? Resisting arrest. You damn right I'm going to resist arrest if you arrest me for some bootleg garbage stuff. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I 100% believe these guys, man. And Michelle Roberts, the NBA Players Union executive, the director, have you heard her? Have you heard her talk? She is hardcore, man, and she says that they are investigating this crime. They're going to get to the bottom of it. She has 100% got the backs of the players in the NBA, man, and she is hardcore. She's hailed as one of the top trial lawyers in this country, and she was actually voted the first female president of a players union out of the big three sports in this country, and she is hardcore. Some of her opinions, I'm looking at this article, from Sports Illustrated from a couple of months back. Here's one of her quotes in talking about players' income and salaries. Why don't we have the owners play half the games? Roberts says, speaking to from her Harlem office, there would be no money if not for the players. Let's call it what it is. There would be no money, she added, pausing for emphasis. 30 more owners can come in and nothing will change. These guys, the players, the game will change, so let's stop pretending. Yes! I like your attitude, lady. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Here's another quote from Michelle Roberts. Ooh, I love this lady. I don't know of any space other than the world of sports where there's this notion that we artificially deflate what someone's able to make just because, she said, talking about a salary cap, a collectively bargained policy that in its current form has constrained team spending in the NBA since 1984 and 1985. It's incredibly un-American. My DNA is offended by it. Yes! Where have you heard these type of statements before? You've heard them from Doug Stewart. I love this lady. I absolutely love this lady. Now, you do understand that in professional sports, and I understand that in professional sports, you have to have some type of mechanism in place where that it's fair and spending can be fair and everybody can be competitive. I kind of get that. But the whole notion of free agency is just un-American. It's just un-American. And paying guys on this rookie wage scale and all of that crap is ridiculous. What other business in America do you restrain how much money somebody can make just because all of the owners in the league got together and says, we're not going to pay this guy this, more than this amount of money? And it happens in no other form of business in this country. It is totally, and I agree with Miss Roberts, it's totally un-American. It is. So, yeah, she's coming in there and shaking ish up. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
What's up, D-Stu?
What up? Who's this? Vern from Jersey?
Yeah, what's up, baby?
What up, Vern?
Hey, listen, man, let me get my point across. If you want to shoot me afterwards, man, I'll take whatever.
Chances are, Vern, you go get your ass shot. But go ahead.
Hey, listen, man. Ain't it kind of funny, right, that how fast they got this case over with? Because, what delayed the case was all that snow up in the Massachusetts area. Because they had, 3 good months of snow?
Right.
So they really couldn't do nothing. But then after the snow went, the case just went quick, right? But look at this. This is what I look at, right? It was wrong for him to shoot that brother, right?
To shoot him? He killed him. What do you mean it was wrong? That's an understatement.
Yeah. Well, hold up, Doug. Let me finish, all right? Well, first of all, right, Hernandez, to me, right, he's in the game, right? So you don't, just like OJ, you don't know who really killed that man, right? So my thing is, right, Hernandez is not a white man. He's a minority, right? So
who killed another minority. Go ahead.
Yeah. So to me, it's like when it comes down to minorities killing minorities, it goes quicker. Well, when these cops are killing these brothers, they taking a long time with it, and then they covering up a lot of tracks.
Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying about the judicial system and how it treats minorities. I understand what you're saying, but Vern, in no way are you saying that Hernandez got done wrong or something in this trial based on the outcome, are you?
Well, as far as the evidence and everything, he got what a person's going to get, because all the evidence was against him. But deep down inside, we don't know if he's covering up for somebody or not, man. Because the way that man went out there yesterday, it's like, well, I did my due gist. You know what I'm saying? I looked out for my people, his gang.
So in effect, and let me make sure I understand you correctly, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. In effect, what you're saying is maybe Aaron Hernandez is covering up for the other two guys? Or what? I don't understand what you're saying.
I think so, man, because he got money.
No way, Vern. No way. No way Aaron Hernandez is going to jail forever. And that's why they had these trials separately. That part of the reason why they tried these guys separately is because the other two guys are telling on Aaron Hernandez. And so Aaron Hernandez isn't going to take up for them, for those guys, for them guys. He's not. That doesn't make sense at all, Vern. I mean, I hear what you're saying about, and obviously if you've listened to me for any extended period of time, you will know that I just did it. I just questioned authority. I just questioned the police and what they did with this case in New York with Tybo Cephalosha. I did. I'm a guy that always loved to fight City Hall. That is me. That's in my DNA. But Vern, you got to be rational, man, and reasonable, bruh. Come on, man. Come on, man. This dude is going to jail forever, man, and probably deservingly so. Not probably, overwhelmingly, probably deservingly so, man. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Damn, Vern, you almost got out without getting your ass shot. I just can't let you say no craziness like that. He's covering up for the other two dudes? He's covering up for somebody? Come on, Vern. You better than that. You better than that, Vern. Hey, come on, Vern. And I love you like a play cousin. Come on, Vern. Yeah, I mean, there's one minority killing another minority. All right, so I don't get it. You rooting for the guy that killed the dude in cold blood? That's what it sounded like. Now, you said you weren't rooting for that guy, Hernandez, technically, but it kind of sounded like you were. It kind of sounded like you were, Vern. All right, when we get back from the break, all I'm going to do is read chat. I got so much chat, I'm backed up in chat. As a matter of fact, we'll probably just read chat for the rest of the day, and there's so many great stories out here. We got to talk about this Paul Pierce story at some point. I don't know. We'll see. But I know one thing. When we get back, your Boyle Peanut Award winner, as well as your chat. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. The puppetry must stop. If you want it real, if you want it raw, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America, the Doug Stewart Show. Yes!
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
And we're getting a lot of chat because Tree made a comment and used the term have sex raw. And just like you cavemen dudes that listen to this show, y'all eating that up.
If you're going to say it right. It's ride raw.
Ooh. Okay, see that, Tree? You can't do that. William Mack, I'm torn on whether or not to nominate Dwight Howard for garnishing his baby mama's bank account for violating a gag order. She was wrong for mentioning his name on that bootleg show, but come on, man. That's the mother of your child? Yeah, and I read the story, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And it does seem very petty. Dwight's got $1 gazillion, and this chick clearly is just trying to keep her name relevant so that she can continue to get roles on reality shows.
I mean, we talked about this before, and you all jumped on the woman when she ain't trying to work. She's trying to work. Okay.
But she broke the rule. She broke the agreement, Tree. She can get a job. I mean, I guess it'd be less. It'd be harder for her to get a job if she doesn't intermingle Dwight Howard conversation into the talk.
What kind of job can she get that's going to accommodate the lifestyle that he created for her?
Oh, here you go.
Hey, welcome to Chick-fil-A.
Well, Chick-fil-A it is then. She not attached to dude anymore.
She is forever attached to dude because she rode raw.
Okay, now you really just playing with the people in the chat room and the listeners' emotions. Okay, you know they just pervs like that and they like to hear you talk dirty. You didn't have to go there again 3 times a day on the show.
Yes, you once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Sports Talk. Straight, no chaser.
This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the 2 Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you not stewing, what in the world are you doing?